Hello everyone, I'm back in my Timeless River toy box. I wasn't sure if I'd have a video for you today because I had some dental work done on Monday. It was pretty rough and I'm still sore, but not enough to prevent me from continuing my build. So today I'm going to build the next area in Timeless River, which is the Wharf. That's going to go right over that way. Here are some screenshots of this area from the footage I showed in an earlier episode. When you enter from Cornerstone Hill, this is what the area looks like. There are buildings on the left and right, a tower in front of you, and the river beyond that. There's also a gate next to the tower that runs through a small ravine and leads to the waterway. When you enter from the waterway, this is what you see, and you can get a better look at the buildings on the far side from this shot. You can also see the gate and the fenced-in path leading to Cornerstone Hill. When you turn right, you get a better look at the river. There's a crane that's sitting there. And here's another view of the other buildings. The wharf is basically a shipping and receiving area with a few barns or warehouses for storage. It's not a very big area.
It be Captain Barbossa, Lord of the Caribbean.
I left you standing still too long. Sorry, Captain. Alright, the closest buildings we have that match these, I think, are the pirate buildings from the Pirates of the Caribbean set, and we used a few of them over here. We're going to use some more of those today, and those are in Building Sets Group 4. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and put in the fenced path leading over there. So we're going to pick this little piece of fencing up, and we're going to put 5 of these across. 3, 4, and 5. And let me get my screen grab here. Yeah, so then the next one sits here like that. And actually I might make a little change to this. I'm going to pull this out like that so I can put the lantern there. I kind of like the idea of doing that. And then again, we'll match what we've got on the other side of the pathway. Bring this out like that, and just one is all we need there. Okay. So that looks pretty good. And then we need the buildings, and let's start with the ones, I think, on this side, because I think those will be a little bit easier to build. Trying to find my screenshot there. Alright, so let's get to that part of the toy box editor. Pick this piece up and put it down. That gets us to the pirate buildings. And this long, wide base has a door on this side, which kind of matches what you see in the screen grabs. And we'll go ahead and put this right here like that. The building on the other side did not have an arch, but I'm going to put one in just to kind of provide an opening for heading over that direction. So we've got our opening leading to Cornerstone Hill. We'll have another one leading to the waterway over there. So I just kind of like to have that. This wasn't in the original game, or at least accessed this way. The city over there wasn't, but I think that will help. And then we'll put another one of these on the other side, and we'll put it with the door facing in like that. And then we need some rooftops. And just to mix it up a little bit, let's turn that roof like that. And this kind of roof makes more sense since it's up against that wall there. So we'll do that. And then I thought it'd be kind of nice to have a little balcony in here, so that door being up there kind of makes sense. So there we go. There's the buildings on that side. Now in my original toy box, I had a structure across the river that basically matched the one we saw over here. I had combined the waterway and wharf areas originally, and I decided since then not to do that. But that's going to leave this kind of bare here. So in the original screen grab, we had a crane. We have this San Francisco jib crane, which kind of looks like something you would have in a shipping area. And it's black and white, which is even better. So we'll drop that in there like that. And I just kind of like the look of that. Okay, so there's that side of this thing. Let me get the screen grab for the next little area here, which is on the other side. So coming over here, and I might tweak the location on these buildings just a little bit in order to fit things in, but we have to start somewhere. So we'll put this first one back here. Let's see, how did I have this? It seems like I had this further back, but yeah, we'll just drop it here and see what happens. All right, and then the next one will sit here. Yeah, that's actually correct. I'm looking at the floor terrain texture there. And then in the terrain, we're going to need a few terrain pieces for that little ravine that leads off to the waterway. And since I have the memory in this toy box, I'm going to use it. So we're going to kind of mix things up here a little bit. And I'm going to place this first piece out here. I'm going to use some different terrain variety here, just to kind of make this a little more interesting. Alright, so the first one we'll put like that. And the next one, yeah, this side, we're going to put over here. Let's see. I think we'll put it like that. This piece over here like that. So we're kind of creating a little ravine leading away from the wharf area there. And for our tower, we can use this. I'm going to pull this forward just a little bit. So like that. And we need some roof pieces once again. So like that, and I think rather than that one, because that doesn't really make sense from an architectural standpoint, let's do it that way. And the front of that looks a little bit plain. So we'll put this on the front, up against there like that. Okay, so there is our wharf area for the most part. We'll add a few little finishing touches here now. So our lanterns that serve as our gateway, put those in. Because this is a shipping area, I thought it'd be nice to have some crates. And in the decorations drawer, we have these black and white pirate crates and barrels, which I think would work pretty well here. So we're going to put some of these in, and just kind of mix this up just a little bit. And it's also kind of fun to have some breakable objects in here. So that kind of makes it look a little bit more like a shipping area, and I like that. I also had a crate sitting over in this corner, so we'll put one in there like that. So that helps quite a bit, actually, just those couple of details. And then up under Building Sets Group 4, we have these boats, which I thought would be kind of nice. Let's see, the first one is going to sit back here, kind of like that. And we'll put a rowboat over on the other side, like that. And there we go. That looks pretty good. I like that a lot. Okay, next thing we will do, we have these hills that are over here, and I'm going to change what I had here originally, because last time we put in this area back here. And so we're going to kind of fold this into that a little bit. So I'm going to pick this piece of terrain up. We're going to slide this directly back and fit it right here in this corner like that. And I believe we can fit this in here like this. And then I want to pick this piece up and change this to be the corner slope. So that kind of folds it in to that other hill. And then this piece sits in there like that. This piece in here. That piece will sit there like that. So kind of like not liking that real much with that slope in there, but that looks decent anyway. And you've got that border right there, a little wall here, so that looks pretty decent. And then I think while we're right there, just to reinforce the fact that in the original game there was a gate here that led to the wharf. We'll put those in like that. And then this path basically leads around here. Okay, next thing I want to do is add in a couple little things just to kind of reinforce the fact that there's a path there, because in the original game, in Kingdom Hearts, you just kind of went through that ravine and you ended up over there. And in the toy box, there's an actual distance here between that you can't really get away from. So we'll put a few little objects in here just to kind of reinforce the fact that there's something of a path here. And we'll put a couple of trees in here as well. So something like that, just to kind of guide the player over in that direction. And that's a bit too much of a straight line. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, so now this little ravine leads over to here just like it did in the original game. And then we have kind of this empty space over here. So I thought a few more trees sitting in here might be kind of nice. So we'll put one in about like this. Another up there. Another one right there. We can put one in on this side as well. And there we go. I like the look of that. Okay. And looks like I did have one more tree sitting over here on the other side of that doorway. Okay. Now before I wrap up this video today, I want to go back over here to the waterway. Because I reviewed the footage from Kingdom Hearts 2, and I found out where the windmill goes. I had stuck a windmill over here because I'd seen one in the game footage when I was looking at it and studying it, but I couldn't figure out where it was. And so I put it in here originally, but I found out where it really belongs. Here's a good shot of the waterway, which shows most of this area, but it does not show the opposite end that Sora is running toward. But this shot does, and that's where I saw the windmill. So as we come back in here to the toy box, I want to pick this up and move it over here where it needs to go. And for right now, we're just going to drop this right here because we need to do something with this hill as well. And I think the best thing to do with this, because we don't have room in here to kind of bend this around and back around this way, is we're going to just kind of extend this hill out like this. So once again, I'm making changes on the fly here from my original design, which you saw in the playthrough video. So that hill is now not round, it's kind of oblong. And let's go ahead and put the fence in here that leads up to the waterway. And I can't put that one up there, but that's as close as I can get that. And this is going to sit in here like this, like that. So the windmill then, we'll put this over here. I'm going to put one more piece of fence here in front of that. And then once again, I want to mark where the gates are, because we don't have an archway that's made of wood, and I'm using these lantern posts for that. So that'll have to sit like that. I might take that out because that looks kind of funny sitting there by itself. And then the fence kind of continued in that direction. And I think that's sufficient to give the idea. I think we'll go ahead and delete that because it just looks odd. Alright, so then that becomes our wharf, our waterway area. And that looks pretty good. Very similar to the game. So then you go out this direction, come around the hill, and you end up over here at the pier. So all of these areas connect now like they did in the original game. And they're all separate areas, but they're laid out in a way that kind of makes sense, I think. I think that's enough for today. Next time we'll begin building the residential area of the old city and the burning building. Before you go, please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to let me know what you think of the build for the Wharf area. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.